It takes a lot of energy and manpower to cut back the invasives, both on land and especially in the water. We're blessed with an incredibly hard-working and smart crew that's up to the task, and a lot of people didn't think it could be done, but this past year we cut a path through to the water, got a boat in, attached a mechanical cutter to it, and cut all the way around to keep the Phragmites from continuing to spread into the water. And we showed that it can be done with a lot of sweat equity.
So I want you to imagine that they are beautiful plants, and many of them were brought here for that reason, or that they had some human purpose. The issue is, ecologically, there's a lack of herbivores and a lack of a food chain above these plants. So the real strain is that you have something that grows incredibly well. It might grow in the spring weeks before native plants, but it doesn't get consumed. And when you don't have that whole food chain of consumption, it ends up meaning less biodiversity for the animal species that live here.
The whole place, it was an engineered space, being a reservoir, so it was an entirely man-made construction. And then the invasives basically outcompeted endemic species over the course of 30 years. It's interesting to see, or to participate in the efforts to find out what the balance is.
I'm actually very proud of the work that we've done here. I think that a lot was accomplished, and that people that came around and didn't see the beauty of this place can now actually see it and enjoy it. So I do feel, again, a sense of pride in being able to have been part of this, because again, it's showing something to the community that was there but wasn't available. And now, hopefully, once we're finished with this, it'll be enjoyed by them. And again, that gives me a sense of accomplishment, like actually doing something from the beginning to the end, that there's going to make a difference in people's lives just by the fact that they're able to enjoy this.
Going back to the Dominican Republic as a child and just being surrounded by mountains and rivers and streams and lakes, it was really something beautiful and just like peaceful about it. And like if this was to not be here and the water was gone, it was drained, then that would be a great loss to the community.
I feel like I have a good connection with this place just because growing up in Brooklyn and in Queens, I have family here, actually down by the park, and so my aunt used to take us here for hikes and walks and tell us scary stories.
My emotional connection with the park goes way back to when I was a kid. As a family, we would all come here to play, to either do barbecues or basically to play baseball and softball. Our family, being Puerto Ricans, we were big baseball.
I mean, walking around the reservoir, you don't see any buildings, so there's something really magical about knowing that you're in Queens or Brooklyn, but you don't see a single building.
I think humans need to be connected to nature. They need to feel the breeze coming through trees. That sound is something that soothes us, and there's evolutionary stories behind that too, that humans evolved to appreciate nature, and we've also, because of our enormous brains, we've had the capacity to change nature so much. But it really is, I teach this to my students all the time, it's important to step out and to just breathe, to experience soil, and to get away from it all.
The generation that's going to help us with all kinds of, ecological disasters, they're kids right now, and so to give them the chance to find something they love about the outdoors so they want to preserve it when they get older and have that power is super important.
I think that students need to see this. I think citizens need to see this, and they need to have this for centuries into the future, because we are in an urban place where many people live in settings that are covered in concrete, asphalt, and brick. So to have even the knowledge that a place like this exists is so meaningful.
Just come to the reservoir with a pair of binoculars and watch things for a while. watch the birds, just sit in a quiet place. It's not always quiet. A lot of times there's a lot of racket, but you know, just observe. Come and observe it. It's not like the other parks.
Is different from other park spaces and is important in ways that other park spaces aren't because of the way that it's has been unintentionally reconquered by nature while still maintaining its human footprint.
If you haven't visited the Ridgewood Reservoir, it is a treasure, a green treasure, a cultural treasure, a historical treasure. It's an incredible resource, and just the beauty and the tranquility of all the nature that surrounds here is great to visit. I invite you. And please come on one of our H2O tours. We offer them monthly.